I wanted to play the thin ice game with the kids that I work with at the child care centers that I go into, but I couldn't find enough of them, and frankly couldn't afford to buy one for each and every center that I go into. So I got a stimtastic idea, and I decided I would make one. The kids loved it. Let me show you what I did. So all you're gonna need is some items that you already have at home, more than likely. Styrofoam plate, styrofoam cup, some tissues, a rubber band, and then some sort of objects. In the game, they use marbles, but I had all these little polar bears that I got off Amazon for some sensory bags that I was making, so I decided that they would be perfect for this activity. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your styrofoam cup, and you just have to cut a hole. Be careful, of course. A hole out the bottom of it. This cup is gonna go here and become your glacier. Then you're gonna take a tissue, just like in the game. You have to pull it into probably the hardest part of this whole thing. This one's already in too. We'll go there. Take your rubber band, place it around it. A cup of water. This is important because it will dampen the little bears, which will make it just a little bit harder. It'll dampen the bears, which is what's going to ultimately make the tissue break through. You don't have to pour a whole bunch, just enough that they're all like sitting in water. Then place all your bears all around. Now this is where the challenging part comes for the kids. If you have some tweezers or even a clothespin, works as well. I used that yesterday. The kids are going to take the tweezers, either have one for every kid that's playing, or take one and they have to share and pass it around. This is a sharing game. They have to take turns and be patient. That's part of the process, so I recommend doing this in a small group. I had the teacher in the classroom working with half the kids on the floor, building igloos with styrofoam cups, and then I was working with the other half. So I had anywhere between 4 to, I think 7 was the most kids that I had at once, but they did an awesome job of sharing and taking turns. They're going to use the tweezers and put it on top, then hand it to the next person. They're gonna use the tweezers and put it on top. Next person. They will continue this until finally, whoop, the tissue breaks. And then everybody gets excited and you start the game over. The game lasts longer the more they spread out the bears. The more people pile them on top of each other, the faster it breaks through. So some broke through. Now this part, let me show you. It broke through, but there's still 3 on, just depending on the type of game that I'm playing, how much time that I have. When this happened in some of the classes, we kept going to see how long we could keep those 3 bears on. In some of the classes, we just were like, oh no, it broke, and we would start over. Wherever we left off with the kid, that next kid is the one that got to start the next game, and we just kept rotating around. We probably played 3 rounds of this game in a 10-minute time frame. This game was perfect for little 3s, big 3s, and 4 and 5-year-olds. Be sure to follow for more ways to enjoy early childhood.